last time, if you remember, like when we had those 4 or 5 legendary cups, it was oxygen
It
supremacy
was.
every single time. They had some really close ones. I believe we even possibly saw a bracket reset one time. But whole point being is they won 4 or 5 in a row, and it just goes to show how much it set them up for success as they've been doing fairly well, or they've held their own when it comes to showing up in the pro circuit.
And then, on the other hand, you didn't have much competition against them, but you have these new players like Arctic and Claim teaming up with old veterans like Demon D and Nated. And then it seems like the other players like the Jam I Ams out there and the Eli Elites are continuing to grind. And, old names are popping up, new names are popping up, and you're kind of getting these like hodgepodge of, veteran players mixed with the new. And some of them are working out, some of them aren't. But one thing's for sure is these guys are getting in great practice here. And I think that's the number one thing that you're talking about is they are getting prepared going into Denver. And the other teams that have been playing in the Pro League, they're no longer playing in that tournament atmosphere. They're sitting around and they're scrimming, which is still great playing against other, top caliber teams. If Optic's scrimming against Envy, yeah, they're going to be getting some great practice in. But still, this is, their Pro League right now. This is the Legendary Cup. This is the time that we're going to see the most improvements in this one.
Yeah, and even when it comes to Pro League, like, of course, all those matches are very important as they're playing online and a lot at stake. But at the same time, too, they don't have the same immediate reward as it comes to some of these Legendary Cups, where it's like, we win this one match, we're guaranteed this much money, because clearly when it goes some of the earlier matches, you don't know how the rest of the brackets are going to shake up, how the places are going to shake up. But let's jump on with Claim, one of the people who was fairly impressed with the newer names here on this squad. But as he was taken down, we'll go to the veteran Demon D, who has that sniper in hand. He has his teammate run that flag towards bottom snipe side, and I don't see anyone in position to stop this one. This one should certainly be a cap.
This is one of those that you have to give up. You got to try to maintain control here, take out Demon D. That's exactly what Denoxide does. Arctic puts that flag in. BT coming out strong, coming out hot. Within 1 minute, already putting that flag capture on the board. You can see the weapons switching on over to Ace. Nated has the rockets though, so it's going to be up to who can pick off the faces on the STR8 side and who can go and get that AoE damage. Nated also coming out with that DMR, taking out Ace as well. So a 3-on-2 situation here for BT. Arctic can clamor up. Look for some more damage over here towards the STR8 side. You do have Baby J, I believe, who has the sniper rifle. Yes, he does. Turns back around and rips Arctic's face off. Maybe that's a little bit of momentum going on over to STR8, and they're going to need it. BT coming in hot.
Yeah, moves like that are absolutely necessary when your team is down a bit. But look at this. STR8 Rippin does not have the position. Despite getting a couple kills like this, those are huge. We still don't see a single member of STR8 Rippin within position to grab that flag. Whereas last time, you notice how Demon D, he just got a kill over on snipe side, and Arctic was already in position on that STR8 Rippin flag and started running it immediately.
No doubt about it, and they were also getting great slays during that time as well. So we're going to see what happens here with Baby J with the sniper rifle. You do have a player on the STR8 side pushing in towards the window. Baby J with a killing spree, not missing with that sniper rifle. Now Nated the last guy alive. Baby J going to have to connect on this one. Has 3 shots left, also locating the spawns over there towards the back flag. Didn't choke the cave spawns there. He's going to realize that someone made his way over there. It's going to be Claim, not able to land the shots. The teamwork coming in on over towards the VT side of things. STR8 needs to push in. They're just kind of sitting back right here now that their sniper rifle guy has been taken out. Now Denoxide, he's over there like a sitting duck. The rest of these players, Ace needs to push in. Commonly, they need to push in. Their guys with the weapons are extremely vulnerable. There's no reason to be anchoring right there. Huge mistakes from STR8 and VT, capitalizing on that. And now going to push on over towards Top Rockets, grab this BR. And Dave, like you said, they're pushing in towards the window and getting the objective done already. Nobody from STR8 having that mindset.
God, I really love that grenade right there from Arctic as well. Just from the silver side, he banks it right at his feet, trying to hit someone over on May's side. Those small little nuances are the differences between a lot of these players. It's those small advantages that you can get as soon as you get that nade shot and just get that extra kill on a player. It's just every small little advantage you can get. But look at this, Denoxide getting that recovery. STR8 Rippin showing a bit of fight right here. This is far from over. Clearly we saw one cap in favor of BT early on. But at the same time too, looks like STR8, I would say, is going somewhat even in slays. It gotta be close.
Yeah, definitely close, but it's all about those flag captures on the board. Denoxide with the crispy shots right there on to Claim. Can he stay alive? No, Arctic gonna shut that down. Baby J looks like he's gonna drop anytime here to Nated. Flag return going to come in for VT. Can they get control? Commonly with the sniper rifle, big player on the map right now. You can see Nated desperately trying to push on over there to take him out, and he does. Can Nated get away with his life? Great map movement right there from Nated. Not able to get away from the grenade though. Ace going to shut that down. Ace fighting for his life down here over towards the trenches, just desperately trying to do whatever he can to get back on over towards the VT side of the map. You can see players located all over the place. Another one flying in towards bottom middle. The help coming in over towards top center. That's going to be 2 dead, maybe 3 dead temporarily. STR8 starting to make their push right here, and it's all because Ace kind of staying alive, working with his team.
Yeah, Ace is doing a good job staying alive. However, at the same time, too, I also saw too many members of STR8 Rippin down low. I saw that, I believe, as Ace and Baby J were the furthest ones pushed up, and they were both down low, like bomb snipe and bomb center. It's okay to have that one flanker. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, too, you don't want half of your team down low trying to distract. You need those people up high to capitalize on those distractions.
Denoxide ripping off faces, but Demon D's able to take out the flag carrier. It's up to Baby J now to take over. Can he get this on over towards the STR8 Rippin side of things? Nated with the grenade. That's going to be 2, maybe 3 dead for STR8 Rippin. Arctic now flying in, but this flag touch has happened. 1-to-1. Got to be very careful here for the counter cap coming in. Arctic, he's going to pull this over towards the elbow. Baby J waiting over there. Great defense coming in from Baby J. Not sure if they're going to be able to get this on the VT side of things. Most likely going to have to give this one up and retain map control on the snipe side. Ace, he gets that flag return. Has 2 very long-range weapons, so let's see what he does with them. A player on the player outline is moving over towards top rockets. Meanwhile, 3 players for VT over towards the snipe side of things. Again, you're right, Dave. Just sitting on the bottom of the map. Meanwhile, VT, they have the height advantage, and that's what you always want to have here. No matter what the first-person shooter, no matter what the halo is, no matter what the map, you never want to fight from down low.
Yeah, you want to be able to dictate the pace of the fights and be able to just be above from somebody, poke out and decide when you want to fight, having those extra angles. And like you talked about before, just straight on the bomb map too much. One thing I wanted to say prior to this too was Baby J, there's like the second time in the last minute and a half that we've seen a Baby J flag stop. The first one being over at the red rocket corner. He did such a good job just sneaking down from the basement of his side, going around that corner, and he was essentially in a 2-versus-1 situation, catching Arctic off guard. And a lot of times too, just that first kill on that flag person, where you aren't giving up your life immediately to stop that flag, is enough to stop a flag cap. Even if they had all 4 alive. In most cases, if I kill somebody that's run the flag and I stay alive, I've done my part, and my teammates are probably set up for success to follow up.
And you can look around with your arms up for a good 10 seconds, just wondering what everyone else is doing if the flag capture goes in. Dave, we know how you play. But one thing that's for sure, Denoxide and Baby J going huge in the Slays department. Ace, he's finding a double kill. That's going to be 3 dead for VT. We are in for one heck of a legendary cup. This is so back and forth. Right when VT was on the STR8 Rippin side of things, STR8 Rippin clears them out with a couple of clutch spawns, and then they get the kills right off of those initial spawns. Commonly now is going to find the rockets. Looks like VT trying to do the same exact thing that happened to STR8, but having weapons makes things so much easier. Now Commonly making his way over towards the flag. There it is, the objective work coming in. Denoxide gonna find the last kill. Can he get around the corner with the thrust? He does. Gonna toss this one on over to Ace, let his shields recharge. Great teamwork right there. And Commonly using the shields to his advantage.
Yeah, such a good play right there. And just that just takes that small extra amount of communication, just saying someone else run it, because you just need to know that there was a player there from the VT side just waiting for for Commonly to poke around the corner so they can get that last shot on him, because you know that they were calling out last shot flag carrier, 1-shot flag carrier. But that little switcheroo was the perfect bamboozle that they needed to get that flag cap in.
Switcheroo, bamboozle, what is going on right now? Someone get a thesaurus to keep up with Dave. No one knows what's going on. Arctic's gonna find a double kill. Denoxide, he's gonna drop as well. Now VT getting aggressive. Arctic, he's going to have to land these snipes though. He's in a perfect position right now, looking for the spawns. It's going to be over towards the back flag. Not able to land on that first one. Also gets taken out of scope for the second one. The third one's going to miss as well. So important again to connect on these shots and not able to do it. Baby J going to clean that one out. Great pressure there from STR8 Rippin, but those are shots that Arctic, I feel like he's most likely going to hit.
Yeah, and that's just constant pressure there from the straight side though too. It's just clearly he had the opportunities to hit those shots. People at this level of play are clearly going to hit those, I would say, more often than 1 out of 3 times. But at the end of the day, that was just high pressure from straight, and good thing that they pushed in right away before he got back up in that snipe corner.
Commonly giving Claim the business right there. Now we're going to switch on over to Ace to see what's going on over here on the VT side of things. VT trapped over towards their elbow, but great teamwork over there. Going to drop Ace immediately. Meanwhile, Nated was trying to do the same thing over towards the Straight Rippin side of the base. Demon D, he's going to find the rockets, so he's a big player on the map right now. Commonly, he's going to drop Arctic, and there Demon D is trying to stay alive with those rockets, doing a great job finding the only cover that he can right there in the maze and clambering right back on up over towards the DMR. Player outline's really paying off for that move right there. Commonly now wondering what he wants to do. Has a player above him, also has another player on the flag right now for VT, but most likely doesn't realize that that guy is there. Now he pops right back on out. It's naded. Big 1v1 happening. Commonly not able to land that one naded with the great defense. Denoxide there to answer. Straight Rippin with a possible flag run, but it doesn't seem like they were really in position to get this. So it's pretty surprising to see them continue to run this.
Yeah, it's surprising that they've got this far. Some people out there might be wondering, why did Commonly sprint towards the end there when he did not know if the base was safe or not? It actually was a high, very good, oh my God, I will shut up for a moment as we watch Baby J rip off a couple bases here as they're trying to get control of their own flag. I believe that was Brett, a.k.a. Native, who tossed that one out. So if they get this recovery, this is going to be a first win for Straight Rippin. Baby J, remember how we talked about
on the return too?
2 recoveries before that helped out his teammates.
Oh my, are you Baby J on another level right now? Are you kidding me? Put it in the montage.
Jesus, what a...
Baby Jesus.
Baby Jesus, what an amazing streak right there of snipe kills, and then also just going for that recovery. Sometimes players will hesitate a little too long, and he just must have known that he had cover. He knew he could have jumped right on and stayed safe, so Baby J is to thank for that last one.
Wow.
So praise Baby J.
Wow, that was a ridiculous set of sniping over there towards the end. Baby J, 9 power weapon kills. You could see Straight Rippin, plenty of power weapon kills, 15 to 6. That is the recipe for success there in Coliseum. We saw how back and forth it was, Dave, when players would go in and push in. And immediately the spawners, those are the big keys, are getting the kills off of the respawn, especially on a guy that's pulling your flag. If you can get that initial kill right when the guy's pushing out of your base, then it makes that flag run so much more difficult. But that was an amazing flag run towards the end. I thought that they were leaving themselves open for someone to overextend over towards the elbow. Possibly you're going to see a flag standoff. Instead, Baby J with some ridiculous no-scopes. But what a very close game here to start. And Legendary Cup number 3, it's going to be better than Legendary Cup number 2 and 1. You could already tell.
Yeah, it's kicking off right off the bat, especially when we're seeing for the first time, based on last Legendary Cup, we saw VT get off to a start, and it felt like Straight Rippin could never bring it back. Right there, we saw VT get off to a strong start, a 1-0 lead on Coliseum CTF, and Straight Rippin were there to actually answer this time.
So now we move into Eden Slayer game number 2. Going to switch on over here so we can get into observer mode and get this one underway. Playing from the blue side right now, you should be able to get that sniper rifle and try to get out of there. Typically what you see is someone grab that and they just escape with no shields. So the key is making sure that the rest of the guys go and control security, and also make sure that you have at least one guy outside. Overshield, we're seeing a lot of teams give that up when they have control, Dave. What do you think? If you're holding... If you're that confident in your setup, why not, right? You know how it's like when you're playing on these teams like a Final Boss back in the day, where you say, all right, just melt the guy, right? And it's pretty demoralizing when you go and you pick up that overshield and you die instantly, because typically you spend about 2 minutes waiting for that thing, saying this is our one saving grace to get back into the game. I feel like maybe it's a little bit easier to burn it in this game type than others. But at the same time, if you're that confident, why not set up over there? Why not let that guy get it, especially if you have the green gun?
Yeah, I don't know, I always feel like it's not the right move to just fully give up a power-up or power weapon uncontested. With that being said, though, I still think you can make moves around that weapon or that power-up. So, for example, when Overshield's coming up, if your team is in this mindset that you want to keep controlling security or catwalk or don't want to fully leave that area, there's nothing wrong with still just going on the perimeter areas like blue band, red band, trying to see if you can pick off a kill or two, because that other opposing squad is going to be set up and spread out all around that area.
Demon D being extremely sneaky, but somehow Denoxide able to locate where he went. I believe that was a Hydra launcher right there coming down. Baby J, he originally had the overshield. He's going to drop on over to Arctic. VT coming out with the 2-1 lead, but sniper rifle still in the hands of Denoxide, setting up on over towards the red side. Claim, it looks like he's got the green gun. Demon D, he's going to drop as well. They're going to be trading kills. VT starting to push on over towards the Straight Rippin side. It's going to be a 2-on-2 trade. Claim, he's caught over here, no shields. Denoxide, does he want to challenge this? Does have that sniper rifle still, keep in mind, and there it is, poking out and ripping faces. Denoxide feeling extremely confident.
Yeah, in most cases, too, when you have a sniper, if you know where that player is, you almost want to challenge that out, because it's one of those situations that you can take your pot shot. If it works out, you get the kill. worst case, they're able to damage you a little bit, but you can probably back down before they're able to kill you.
How is he alive right now, living through 100 different grenades? Everyone on the map virtually looking at him. Has a player down below. Does he realize on the player outlines? That player's one shot. What a play from Arctic, flying up and getting the melee onto Denoxide. The mega lunge right there. That's going to turn the tides in favor of VT. You could see Ace, he's trapped out there. Baby J, he's stuck, commonly in great position to help both of these players and is doing so. If they even get a trade, which they do, that would be fairly surprising. VT coming in, most likely going to be able to clean up Ace. Can Ace get a kill right there and trade 3 for 3 in this situation? You can see he's no shields. He's going to drop the Demon D. So either way, great job from VT. Overall, they do get the clear out, and it is going to be a 5-2 trade when it's all said and done.
Yeah, that's a great trade for VT right there, especially that they ended up with the sniper rifle in the end there. Originally, that started off with them chasing out around members of STR8 Rippin over at red base, and sometimes it feels like STR8 Rippin, they don't all push together. Sometimes it seems like in certain cases I'll see a member, you know, commonly is doing a really good job kind of supporting, trying to bait and help his teammates out over in red base, but it didn't feel like STR8 had that same like sort of collapse that we see sometimes from VT. For example, as soon as there's a little bit of pressure or as soon as they get 1 or 2 kills, that you see them collapse on the rest of the members. So I'd like to see that a bit more from STR8 Rippin.
Uh-oh, VT, they're all stuck right here. Should be easy
That looked like
pickings.
a great collapse.
Yeah, that was a great collapse, but you got to spread out a little bit more right there if you're VT. It's very important to control one of these bases, whether it's red or blue. You always want to have blue, and having control of security is great, but now STR8 Rippin, they got to spread out and do the same thing. They don't want to make sure that VT controls the side bases. They need to spread out and not fall into that same trap. So Ace, can he get on over towards blue platform? That's the ideal situation here for him. Has a couple people spawning up, has to watch outside, but that new sniper rifle, it is sitting there. Can he bait this one, or is he gonna go for it? Having 2 sniper rifles could be a blessing, could be a curse. Sometimes you find out players get a little bit too honed in and certain angles don't get hit, but Ace, he's gonna rip Demon D's face off. You can see it looks like Denoxide wanting that sniper rifle. Here comes the collapse in. VT coming from outside, 1 player from the catwalk. Dave, can they do this?
This is going to be a tough situation because it feels like they've waited so long, and they actually did wait too long because Naded somehow snuck in there, grabbed that sniper rifle, or naded it back to himself, and is now over, I believe, at Red Bend.
Only 1 shot left in the sniper rifle for Ace. Naded, there it is. Denoxide going to be aware that Naded has that sniper rifle. Where is Naded going to go, though? You can see shots coming in with the light rifle all the way from Red Nest. Going to take Ace down to no shields. Ace does have support. 2 players over towards the alley, but they're all filtered in. Again, trapped inside a blue right here. They need to own more real estate. Now all flying out here outside, realizing that they need to spread out. Overshield popping up here. VT, they're going to have to get a rotation going on. Great shots right there from Ace, but Naded, he's going to respond with a nice snipe right there in the body. Commonly, he's going to get a stick onto Arctic. Claim finding one as well. Big shots coming in from Claim, but Denoxide with the perfect. Does Denoxide secure that overshield? It's still sitting there. Commonly going to find it. Big kills coming out right when that overshield popped for STR8.
Yeah, VT is in some trouble right now because Naded ended up losing that full sniper. Commonly got control of that full overshield. So right now they're also able to spread out too. So that's one of the situations is STR8 kind of all clustered up over near blue base, especially in that blue alley. And that was a little surprising because they had 3 members there, and that was a great push when they all decided together to push at the same time through blue bend.
Naded turned around. We didn't get it from the first person, but you saw him rip Baby J's face off. Commonly, he's trying to respond. Grenades flying in everywhere. All the players fighting out here towards that blue bend. Denoxide, he's going to try to get in over towards the action, over towards mid-bridge. Another player spawned below him, and then you did see that guy on the player outlines in the pit who's going to drop. That's going to be Arctic. Naded responding with a kill onto Baby J. Big fight happening. Oh, Claim almost giving Denoxide the business right there. You see a little bit of calibration coming in. Demon D, he's going to respond with a kill. Trades coming in back and forth, but it's all about that sniper rifle control, and you can see Baby J is the one to find it. So we're going to try to switch on over to him and see where Baby J is sniping.
Yeah, finding Baby J over at blue base. It seems like you talked about before, a lot of teams want to bring this on over towards blue platform. However, one of the times that we've seen STR8 actually try to get towards blue plat, they've never had control of security. So that's a really good play from VT. The fact that even when they don't have sniper, they realize the importance of holding security as a check to blue platform.
Couple snipes coming in. Baby J gonna land 2 body shots right there onto Arctic. We're seeing, I guess, the biggest lead we've seen all game. It's only 4 kills. That's how back and forth it has been so far. Coliseum CTF, if you're just joining us, went on over to STR8 Rippin. A very close game right there here. Legendary Cup number 3 in the winners bracket finals. Keep in mind, guys, these guys have been battling it out throughout all of these Legendary Cups to get to this seeding. Not only that, they woke up early today and grinded through that top half of the bracket to find themselves in this situation right here. Whoever wins this one going to be sitting pretty in the grand finals. Meanwhile, the loser going to be set down to that elimination bracket, but nobody has their minds on that. That's currently playing. They desperately need this game, though. If they're VT, they cannot afford to fall down. They did pick up the overshield. You can see Arctic now charging over towards the blue side. Baby J going for the ground pound, not able to locate where Arctic was going. Great map movement right there from Arctic, tricking Baby J.
Yeah, great movement. One thing also that needs to be noted is the fact they still at least got a couple shots in that overshield person. One thing that frustrates me to no end is when somebody starts to give up against overshield or tries to go for way too much, like, all right, I'm just going to go for like a mid-range, long-range stick or something like that, which is a low percentage chance. Do your due diligence. Put a little bit of damage in that overshield, and that'll add up over time. If your whole team is in that mindset, that overshield is not going to be this persisting force that lasts for 30 seconds or so that's going to be there for every single push. It's actually going to be shut down after that first push if people chip away at it.
All right, guys, while Dave was talking, I was sort of listening, but I was also tweeting the stream, so make sure that you guys tweet the stream or hit a retweet on whatever tweet that you see that currently has that link. Let's try to get as many eyes in here for Legendary Cup number 3. 1 kill game here, Dave. Is this going to go to the time limit? You can see 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Still plenty of kills to be made up before we get to 50. And this is, I think, the second, maybe third time this game is slowed down. You can see now STR8 Rippin starting to push. They have multiple players located on the VT side. 2 trapped inside blue. Make that 3 trapped inside of the blue alley. Naded finding a kill, maybe a double kill. That's going to be a 3-for-2 trade. Interesting challenge from Commonly. Can he find it? No. Claim with the battle rifle. Commonly maybe thought he had help right there, but overall it is a 3-on-3 trade, and now Denoxide, he's found in a 2-on-1 situation. More help coming in from STR8 on the outside, but the map position kind of switched on over to VT's favor in my opinion, just because they have control of that security area. Now they know where STR8's located at. They have players outside. Also 2 players over towards the blue Ben. Arctic, very ballsy push over towards the outside area. Commonly going to answer that one. This is it right here, Dave. Whoever's going to be able to secure this overshield is going to have a huge advantage.
Right here, Claim getting taken on out over in blue base. I believe it looks like VT has more control out there, and that's going to be Naded walking away with that overshield. So I want to see how aggressive he is with this. Ace has that balance, though. He has that combo in case he can get that hit on Naded, but it looks like a lot of pressure coming in. Arctic going down to 0 shields over at Blue Bend, and this is an important, crucial time because 3 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game. That means Sniper is coming up in the next 14 seconds.
Ooh, they didn't realize that Baby J was there. Baby J, he's going to clamber up. He does appear on the radar. Arctic popping back out. Nice try from Baby J, but shot down immediately. Multiple people right there collapsing. Meanwhile, throughout all of this, Denoxide, he has gotten out of there with the sniper rifle. Does he realize there's a player red nest?
This
Should
is
be an
old
easy
sniper.
kill for him.
Old sniper.
Wow, I can't believe that Denoxide is able to find an old sniper rifle throughout all of that. Is that going to be the advantage that STR8 Rippin needs? You can see they're getting fairly aggressive over towards blue side. Another sniper rifle that was spawned does get picked up. Ace finds a couple of kills. Denoxide going to rip a face off. That's going to be Claim over towards blue flag area. But now we're in a sniper standoff. The second time that Naded has found a spawn sniper rifle, and he is not missing. It's going to be the Denoxide versus Naded show.
Yeah, here's what's going to happen is most likely if either of these snipers gets picked off, the other team's going to collapse and try and make a push. However, for example, if let's say Naded picks off somebody like Ace or Baby J, the other team can't necessarily push as safely as they'd like with the threat of the sniper still being that, like, where it can just equalize that situation out when someone pokes out just a tiny little bit, especially if they don't know the location of the opposing sniper. But expect there to be extreme chaos if one of the snipers drops, because both of the teams will feel safe running around the map, out in the open, knowing that they have numbers advantage and sniper advantage.
Toggling a little bit with the player outline so we can see exactly what is going through Naded's mind right now. He's not getting, that was a good body shot, but he's not getting the clear headshots that he needs. Finally finds the Denoxide right there. Big shots coming in from Naded, but I believe he sniped his teammate right there. Very unfortunate turn of events. The Spartan charge coming in from Commonly, the collapse from STR8 Rippin. Extremely strong here, 1.5 minutes left. It looks like we will probably hit to that 50 kill mark. Will it be STR8 Rippin? Will it be VT? Heavy advantage right now with Ace in that overshield, Commonly with the sniper rifle as well. Baby J, he has a Hydra, but Arctic, he's going to take down Denoxide. 48-45, very tense moment right here. STR8 Rippin, they need to trade kills with that overshield, but yet VT, they cannot afford to give up that 49th kill.
Yeah, they cannot. Now, one thing, this is a tough situation for STR8 because on one hand, you just want to say, play the advantage. On the other hand, too, though, you want to say, well, we have overshield. We need to make a move while it's still here. it's always tough to know what to do in these situations because it's like, all right, do we force and make some sort of move trying to force any of these kills? It looks like Denoxide and Ace pushing over there and commonly gets the 50th kill.
Through the crack.
I like that play. I like that play.
That was pretty sneaky. You see a lot of people take that angle, and they'll usually take it when people are expecting to come down towards the pit or sit down there, but never do you see that as the last kill. Commonly, very nice play there to clean things up. 16 and 10 for Denoxide. He's having himself a great series. Kind of a rough game there for Demon D. 3, 11, and 17. Always impressive when you hit that double digits area. You could see Baby J 5, 13, and 14. Demon with also 11 assists. Plenty of assists coming in from these guys, but definitely want to keep those deaths down below 15. Want to try to get those kills up towards that double digits mark. Now we move into a game 3 scenario. Straight up and up 2-0. Very close games though.
Yeah, Empire Strongholds, this is a swing game type, though. It's a really tough one as soon as a team gets near full setup or controls that pit. Pit's just one of those tough situations where it feels like you can do almost everything right. You can do 9 out of 10 things right, but one small thing goes wrong and the opposing team gets the perfect nade on you or gets the reset in pit or comes in for a trade on the kills, and everything just goes awry.
The beginning strategy is just so important in Empire Strongholds. Whoever is able to, secure that camouflage, secure that overshield, but most importantly, control the pit. And if you control that pit and you could do it for, even a couple of minutes, we're looking at the game being over. So many times we've seen 100-0s, even at a very high level. Other times we've seen teams go up, 86-0, and then, for example, Straight Rippin coming back and winning that one. We've seen it in the Pro League. Teams, only need 10 seconds, but not able to get even 10 seconds. So when a team gets a setup, look out on Empire Strongholds. When I'm looking at being down 2-0 and going into a game number 3, we talk about it all the time. Empire Strongholds, especially in an elimination match, not what you want to try to do, especially, again, if you're not able to get that beginning strategy in your favor. But we'll see what happens. Demon D, he's going to need to have a bounce-back game. And when I look at Demon D, I look at him as someone that has the weapons as a bounce-back game. Unfortunately for him, that's not going to happen here in Empire Strongholds.
No, yeah, they are not going to have any opportunity for weapons to help carry them through this one. It's just going to be controlling of that overshield, controlling that camo. One thing that's unique about Empire Strongholds, too, is, as you talked about before, pit is just such a tough one to get. Like, in most other cases, even taking the other 2 strongholds here on Empire, for example, you can go to blue base or red base, commit all 4 members, and you pretty much have like a 90% success rate of like, all right, you're going to get the control of that stronghold.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, you're probably going to lose the other 2, but you can get control of that one. Whereas pit, I would say that same is not true. You could never be like, all right, all 4 of us, let's go pit. We'll get pit under control.
Well, it's just because it's such a small map, and the spawns, you can only pop up in so many places, right? And typically it's, either on both platforms or outside or in the security area. And the pit, it's just right in the middle of the map, right? And it's such a big area. Yeah, they expanded it. I believe the pit used to be half the size, right?
Yeah, it just used to be that lower portion.
The actual pit, the lower portion. And then they ended up expanding it, pushing it over towards bottom security side, which made things, a lot easier in terms of playing this game type and just the way that you can retake things, because again, it was even more difficult before with the radar in as well, because you could just sit there even in a scatter shot. Just being able to control that small little area was extremely deadly. But gonna switch on over to spectator mode here and get
as soon as they allow us to. I think they still have no spectators allowed. There we go.
All right, so we're getting this one underway, but the thing is when you come off spawn, you have to hit those nades, and you have to be aware of where these guys are retaking the pit. And it's very important to be calling out what the plan is here. Whether, well, we say how easy it is to control a setup, it's more easily said than done, because something as minor as overextending and going for the triple cap or coughing up the first death in a 4-on-4 scenario when the other team finally doesn't have staggered respawns could give the control right on back, and the other teams, they know what it is. By this point, 2 years into the game, it's not a recipe to, control the pit. It's not rocket science.
Yeah, these teams are going to absolutely know how to do it, know how to hold the right angles. Claim right here, having that overshield, looks like they're going to try to melt it. That overshield is now gone, but the damage has been done, and that was 3 members of Straight Rippin dead for a moment. Arctic has camo, Claim had overshield. The 2 younger players over on this VT squad getting control of those power-ups. So great job there from Claim and Arctic. But I'm a little surprised to see how Claim and Demon D kind of fell right away. We talked about how they had 3 members of Straight Rippin dead for a moment, how they had control of the map, but just giving up so many deaths. Commonly, Ace, all 4 members of Straight Rippin coming into this pit. And as we talked about before, Tom, doesn't matter how many members you send down in there. There's just too many angles. The spot is too vulnerable, and a great play by Claim, instantly taking out 2 members, is going to put a complete stop to pit control.
Great camo play right there. It looked a little scary for a second for VT when it was a 2-on-4 situation, but they clutched it out. Unfortunately for STR8 Rippin, they had to get out of there because of that great play. And now you're starting to see commonly right now, what is the plan? He has to make sure that they get the numbers, which has just started with the Noxide killing Demon D, but the trade is going to come in eventually as Arctic takes down Ace. And it's just such a tough spot to be in when you don't have that overshield or that camouflage to work back in a little a bit of a standoff situation going on over to Naded. Naded gonna just outsmart Denoxide with the beatdown. Denoxide, he knew what was up.
I couldn't tell what was going on right there. To me, it felt like a little bit like when you're playing hide and go seek with like a little kid, and like the kid's like half their legs are showing from under the curtain. Like, I don't know, where is Naded? Could he be in here? Like, I could have sworn Denoxide saw him, but Denoxide getting taken out by that little trick.
Yeah, Naded with the hiding spots right there. Not sure if the barrel was blocking or what, but if he shot the barrel, most likely would have been able to take him out. It's been all VT to start, and that's why that initial strategy, Dave, is so important. STR8 struggled with that last week, and now they're struggling with that here so far in game number 3. It's going to be the first 35 points going on over, and a camouflage that's going to go on over to Demon D. You still have red base, you still have bottom middle, you have the numbers in your advantage, so everything going in favor of VT right now. Now they're pushing that advantage and going for the triple cap.
Yeah, I was going to say, as long as they're getting the triple cap, I agree with this play. Otherwise, I was going to say that'd be a massive mistake from Demon D just to try to defend red base. I always try to tell this math to everyone who's playing Empire Strongholds that you are always better off just trading side bases. Always trade side bases. Never try to go back and defend your side base. Reason being is because worst case scenario, when you go trade bases, guess what? You still have 2 bases. You have pit and one of the side bases. Whereas if you possibly go back to your side and defend, if you lose that, you're going to be down a base. And even if you do win that fight, you're still going to be in best case scenario, just a side base and pit. So no matter what, your best and worst case scenarios do not add up if you're trying to go back and defend a side base. Pit is a complete different story.
Wait, so what do you do?
Always go back and exchange side bases. Trade side bases all day long.
You lost me with all that math. 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2.
It's always,
and then
I always look at
one,
best
one,
case scenario. Best case scenario and worst case scenario is always how I try to look at things. So best case scenario, you're going to walk away with a side base and pit. Worst case scenario, if you go back and defend, you are going to lose both side bases.
I think I got you. I got you the first time. I'm just messing with you. You did see STR8 temporarily take back pit, but it was only for 8 points right there as VT immediately answered right back. Can STR8 retake it? They do, but you can see they do not have the numbers advantage right there. It's a 2-on-2 situation. Going to have to go big. Naded, he's going to drop Ace, going for the overkill. Can he find it? Oh, nasty towards the end. Xbox, record that.
That was absolutely sick from Ace, and one of those turnaround moments that you absolutely need during these games. When your team is down by 50 or 40 points, you need someone just to step it up, whether it's a double kill, a triple kill, and in Ace's case, getting that overkill and just setting the tone for his team. Because we've talked about before, we've all been in those situations here on Empire where you have some insurmountable lead. It's like, all right, we're already up like by 80 points. There's no possible way we're going to lose here on Empire Stronghold. Right, fellas? And then as the game ticks on, we've always been in those situations where a team comes back from a situation they should not have, and STR8 are primed for that right now.
They are, but still a lot of work to be done. Naded, he did have the camouflage. He was taken out, so big kill right there. Ace, give that man a killing spree. We did see him get the overkill, but Demon D sneaking in there with the melee. While this is happening, Pit was being captured. Not sure how far it was, but you do see a big 1v1 happening over towards the side base. Baby J not able to take down Arctic right there, and the reason that was so big is now you can see the rotation coming on over towards the pit. It could have been a triple cap for STR8, instead just a double cap, the reset coming on in, and the points would have been racked up so much faster. Now you would have had to, not only would the points been racked up faster, Dave, but then you have to send more resources, and it just takes more time to go and capture that base, which also just gives more information to that other team and just sets you back even further than you already were.
Yeah, besides stopping that trip cap, that was a massive win for VT because they're also, they might have been even as far as player numbers go inside that blue base, but they're at a disadvantage when it comes to any sort of power-up or power weapons because I believe we saw there was partial overshield over there at blue base. Demon D getting that first back smack, so I believe VT were actually even down in numbers when that fight started on over at blue base.
I think we're starting to see a little bit of a rivalry happening between Denoxide and Demon D. Would love to see those two arm wrestle in Denver.
I would love to see it go down too, man. But dude, these two are two sick players, and that's also one of the great things that's also about Halo, where people can still get heated.
Oh!
What a lunge up! Lunges on up towards the DMR side. A player thinking he's safe after he gets meleeed, but that player ends up going over the edge. Usually you see some of those lunges with sword or something like that as you go flying around.
He has not been skipping leg day recently. Arctic hasn't skipped leg day since he was born. That was absolutely insane. You did see a triple cap happen, but it was just for a second as STR8 Rippin did take the side base, but huge advantages right now to VT, and I love the sneaky play from Demon D. It's going to have to be rewarded with a kill, though. He's not able to find Ace right there. Ace turning around with the shots. Can he capture the side base and get the kill? Ace flying in with the grenades. It's going to come down to a last-ditch effort. It does not happen, though.
Ace
Demon
killed
D
himself.
finds the kill, yeah. Oh, Demon D. Thought that green gun was going to connect, but somehow, I'm not sure how he was taking out a no-shield, maybe a grenade or something like that. We don't have much volume, so it's hard to tell exactly where that damage came from. Naded, he's over here trying to contest this pit area. You can see everybody hopping in over towards that last second. It's only a sliver away from contesting. All they have to do is take out Naded. Someone was going huge with the melees over towards the pit. Denoxide seems to be the guy to walk out alive.
Yeah, Denoxide coming out huge there, but STR8 Rippin coming out ahead with Pit. So right here is going to be a tough situation because we've always noticed pretty much whoever controls Pit is racking up time. If they happen to lose Pit for a temporary moment, that's okay. But end of the day, whoever's controlling Pit generally can just dictate which side base they want to control and then just go back and defend Pit.
Ace wastes 2 of his grenades right there, and then there's the 3rd grenade, and those grenades just so valuable when players are pushing on over towards the pit. You can see commonly he used them. He ends up finding a kill, maybe 2, but that's not going to be enough slays for STR8 Rippin. Now they're starting to push the triple cap right there. Demon D on top of things. They're going to have to get this kill, but there's 2 players capturing that, so they're going to give that up, go over towards the side base. Arctic finding 2 kills. That's going to be all she wrote for STR8 Rippin. That triple cap is going to put way too many points on the board. We are moving to a game number 4.
Wouldn't expect any less out of these two squads, especially seeing how STR8 Rippin got off to a strong start, winning the first couple. But VT clearly showing some life. They aren't going to give this one up without a fight. They've shown that they can bounce back. When we had that interview with Nade last time, they had lost the first series. He kind of chalked it up to it being earlier in the morning. But there is no excuses here, and clearly we have a VT squad that is on fire here at Empire Strongholds.
No doubt about it. Taking a look at the stats, nothing really standing out too much, but a great amount of assists coming out from Arctic in an overall game. 16, 13, and 12 for him. You could see so much of it coming down to that initial strategy. As we mentioned, a huge lead to start off for VT. I believe they built up a 50 or 60 point lead. STR8 Rippin, they started mounting that comeback, but again, just not really utilizing the nades. You saw Ace chuck 2 grenades, predicting where people were going to go over towards the outside, but it's so important to save your frag grenades for, especially when you have 2, for when people are going to go and push up over towards the pit. You don't even have to put yourself in a vulnerable situation. If you're outside, you just chuck the grenades off the ground, boom, and they're doing so much damage. If all 4 of your players are saving 1 grenade each, that pretty much covers the entire pit area.
Yeah, it gives you so much information. You either throw that grenade, you get a hit marker, and you know exactly where that person is, and they're one shot, or you at least know where they are not. Like, just by deduction, say, all right, they're not on the left side. I know I can go in pit and look at the right side and kill a person in that position. So it just gives you so much information. Those nades are so powerful for pit.
Really small decisions coming back, but either way, like you said, this is what we expect coming into this series. Would have been very surprised to see a 3-0 either way, but STR8 Rippin coming out hot with the 2-0 start. VT, they're responding. Now we move into CTF Truth. Dave, what do you think? CTF Truth, from what you saw from the first 3 games, who do you have for this game in game number 4?
Well, I thought STR8 Rippin did a really good job when it came to playing CTF last time. We did see 1 quick cap out of VT when they were on the flag right away. But I believe that was Arctic who ran that very first one in the stealth cap. But at the end of the day, STR8 Rippin won the flag game earlier. Truth is, I would argue, comparable in skill as far as how much teamwork it takes and how much you have to escort a flag back here on this map or set up for a flag cap. So I'm going to go STR8 Rippin here on game number 4.
All right, we're kicking this one off with Naded. Naded inside of the window, laying down some cover fire. Gonna get hit with a grenade, so most likely someone from STR8 Rippin throwing a grenade that was trying to connect over towards the attic area, most likely, over towards the car side, and Naded's gonna eat that one, but still, looks like pink side does get secured from VT, and they win this initial strategy, taking down multiple members of STR8.
Yeah, looks like Naded and Arctic both pushing this car side, gonna try to get on top of the base and block these spawns, but a little too late. I believe that's Hammy, aka Commonly, who spawned at the top of the base, and now he's going to get that one-on-one with Naded. And
Thought it was one-on-one.
Yeah, thought it was one-on-one. Gets taken out. Actually, no, somehow Commonly always living. I'm not sure how he has the best escape routes and lives, but great job by Commonly staying alive there. And that could have certainly been a cap if those fights had gone in favor of VT. It's one of those situations where when you have players over in seemingly power positions, something like Pink, if your teammates at your base die and they grab the flag immediately, you are forced with such a tough decision, whether you just go out of Pink and go straight towards enemy base, or do you push across top center and try to cut it off? There's really not great options.
Naded with the moves. You can see him doing the juke on over towards the car side. He's been dancing with Commonly for quite some time. Commonly finally going to shoot him in the back and drop the flag, but the flag has gotten fairly far past that 50-yard line. I mean, is that the 40-yard line? Because you know that it's like 50, but there's not like the 60 or the 70 or the 80-yard line.
Yeah,
it starts going back down in numbers towards your own side.
Yeah, it's like the 40 or 30 in favor
their own
of
40.
Yeah, their own 40.
Yeah.
For sure, but it's also a scary position too, because once it gets that close, it's one of those times where, oh my gosh, a couple botched tosses right there, but finally getting that flag up. That's going to be the first cap in favor of VT here on Truth Capture the Flag. The one part I was going to say is, when the flag gets that close to your base, there's a big difference between the flag just being tossed out of the enemy base and the flag being, you know, a mere 5 or 6 second run away once it's back on your half of the map. And triple kill from Baby J. Stray Rippin answering about the best they can. He needs to run this a little bit faster though, and should be a guaranteed cap. I'm not sure who is laying down those shots, but that is enough to stop this flag run so far. Baby J getting this camo, but Commonly's down, Noxide down, Baby J now down. What originally was a triple kill in favor of Stray Rippin and the flag all the way back towards their half turns in favor of VT somehow.
Somebody not watching spawns. That was the problem there for Stray Rippin. They're going to have to go back to the theater and watch that one. Big miscommunication coming in, Baby J. He also, even though that was a great triple kill, barely missing the flag. Not sure if that ended up costing them. But either way, you got to give credit to VT for charging out of their spawns and stopping that flag run. Demon D with the kill on that flag guy, and I believe it was Arctic Ore Claim flying out in the front of that Stray Rippin base to go and get that return. Claim with that nice stick right there onto Commonly. Now we're going to switch on over to Baby J to see what Stray Rippin has in store. This is the second time, Dave, that you've seen, again, VT hop out to that early 1-0 lead. This time it took a little bit longer, though. It was about 2 minutes before the flag went in instead of 1.
Yeah, a little bit quicker, or sorry, a little bit longer like you said before. But whole point being is, yeah, it just feels like Straight's getting a little sloppy now. It almost feels like a little panicky when it came to that last flag run. Even this flag grab right here doesn't feel like it's very calculated or organized. It just feels like right now they get a kill. It's like, oh, I need to run and quick panic and run this flag. At the same time, when they're panicking, it feels like VT are able just to take the positions that they want. I mean, when Baby J got killed over on his side, it was someone who ran through bottom center, basically, whether it's from car side or from front of their base, and got in front of the Straight Rippin base. So I agreed with you earlier when you said it wasn't Baby J's fault because of the fumbled flag run, but end of the day, like, that clearly didn't help.
They do respond with a flag cap, though, to tie this one up 1-1. Very back and forth series, very back and forth game so far. Baby J, he's on the ropes over towards his attic, but great shots on the player top center. Claim, very risky play to jump out and challenge that one, but he was feeling confident. He's also going to feel confident enough to jump down towards underneath the Stray Rippin base, and 2 members are going to die. It was going to be 3 off those staggered spawns. Can Stray Rippin find a kill off of their initial respawn on the car side to slow it down? Denoxide getting one onto Naded. Baby J going to find one as well, and it's kind of a sticky situation to be there if you're Demon D. You want to get that camouflage, but you really want to help your team secure that flag capture.
Yeah, I don't like this play at all, at least him pushing back this side. I would like to see him maybe go top center or do something a bit more damaging, but regardless, I don't know if I'm a big proponent of going back towards camo or something like that when your team's already in the base, because one of those times where you have 3 dead, sure, camo and power-ups like Overshield are going to be those catalysts that are going to help you get a cap and make it much better, but at the end of the day, when you have 3 dead already, and you're already in position in their base, you need to capitalize on those situations so much more. Why go back to square one? Why say, all right, I'm gonna go back and get this camo. Let's, you know, I'll hopefully you guys will take care of it over there and I'll go do my own thing over here. It's like, no, just stay all together. Help escort that flag out if necessary.
Really what it comes down to is what can he do with this camouflage, and if they were able to get a flag capture on the board, you'd say, great job, but either way, he ended up living the entire time, not able to get a flag capture on the board. Unfortunately, you did see 3 members drop. Claim now the last guy alive. Commonly is going to find that kill. Now looking for the respawn, shooting on over towards the car side. They're not over there. You can see the player outlines. 1 player on top of the base. That's Demon D. He's going to drop down. Another player popping up on board. And you can see all of the members right now trying to spread out and not give up their position for VT. Straight Rippin commonly flying in, wondering where everybody was, but that was just a great job by VT. Again, spreading out, not giving up their position, and waiting for a player to push in.
Yeah, you know, going back to that original play, even though we broke down a little bit, I bet Demon D just kind of assumed that his teammates had it there for flag because they had 3 down. They still had 2 members already in the straight ribbon base, so he's like, all right, I'll grab camo. Those 2 can probably escort flag by themselves without needing a 3rd person there, and clearly it backfiring. But I'm assuming that was kind of the logic.
I mean, again, we can really look down at it and break it down, but I guess the best play would have been to try to look over towards the car side because you're still choking those spawns by sitting on over towards the pink side, making sure that everything's okay, and then falling back. But then again, Demon D, he's playing at a very high level, and that's kind of his thing, right? That's almost like a Royal 2 play where you feel like you're going to go and do some huge things with this camo, so it's kind of worth it no matter what. If you can get it freely and get out of there with your life and also not give up your position and keep your shields, why not go for that camo and be confident enough that you're going to go and make those big plays with it because you've been doing it for so long. So let's see what Denoxide's going to be able to do, because another camo did respawn throughout all of this. It's been about 2 minutes since we've seen that play. Denoxide, he's got a big flank, but it's going to have to come down to getting this big kill right here onto Nated. You do have another player on the player outlines over towards the pink side, so it's going to be fairly surprising if Denoxide's going to be able to get anything, but great job sniffing it out by Nated.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that was a huge Spidey sense move from Nated, because I would not have expected him to turn around and look, because it's one of those times where they already weren't getting shot in the back. They had already pushed out towards the pink side. I think the last thing I would be doing is I might check level 2 my base, but I would be like, all right, is there someone that snuck by and is level 1 our base, like, unless we already saw someone get there. So great job by Nated scoping that out and figuring out someone under his base.
That nade, extremely powerful. Baby J gets taken out. You're going to see Nated. He gets dropped by Ace, so a response coming in for both teams. Ace, he's infiltrated the base right now for VT, but not able to connect with that stick. Great job by Commonly pushing on over towards Pink 2. VT, they need to get over towards Pink 3, just like Nated was trying to earlier. I did like that play. You're not going to expect most of the time the player to be pushing over towards bottom center, looking over towards P3. So that play most likely going to work out for VT again if they want to go for it.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like both these teams have had so many opportunities where it's high risk, or not high risk, high chance of being successful, I should say, because they've had multiple numbers in the base. But I'm not sure if we credit that up to teams playing great defense or teams not being there with their teammates when they need them, because I've seen multiple times where we have 3 down, like right now, 3 down for BT. This should be a flagpole. This flag should be halfway across the map, almost guaranteed. And right there, Denoxide getting that finish right here. So, I don't know. This is a time where I would consider 2 equally skilled teams. The team that's running this flag right now should cap this more than 75% of the time.
Uh-oh. Nated's going huge over towards the straight up inside of the base, though. Can this flag get ground pounded in? You can see the flying, and it does happen. Commonly going to find a kill. I believe it was Baby J who put that flag in. 2-1 in favor of straight up, and 3 minutes left on the clock. Ace, he recognizes a player towards his right, going to land that nade and drop Demon D as well. Great double kill coming out from him, but you do have to clear out Arctic here, who's already getting flied at by Commonly. So straight ripping, they were able to secure that capture, and also the damage has kind of been neutralized in terms of any potential counter cap.
Yeah, it's always so huge when you're at your own base and a single member, someone like Ace, gets a double kill like that. That is instant stop to any sort of flag runs. Any flag run that happens after that is such a risky play that it almost sets you up for map control and possibly some sort of counter cap. So great job by Ace starting that one off, and like we talked about before, cleaning out Arctic after that. With the pace of this game so far, I mean, there's been 3 caps happening over the course of about 9.5 minutes. And at this point, Straight Rippin can just try to slay. They can just try to slay, go for map control, and if the opportunity presents itself, they can try to force that 3rd cap. But right now, Straight Rippin is looking really good. They don't need to force anything. Right now, BT are the ones that have the pressure on their shoulders. They need to somehow get into the straight phase. They either need to get all 4 members of straight down, but straight are in a mindset of just slay, 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 and then full flag secondary. They're going to be just fine.
One thing that you have to watch out for right now if you're straight is this camouflage. I feel like, if anything, don't let BT pick this camouflage up and just continue to play the game as you have. Most likely around that 30-second mark, that's when the camouflage is going to be popping up. Ace, he's distracting in front of the VT base, and that should be enough to try to secure the pink side of the map. You can see the player outlines. They're a little bit scared to push out right now. They know that there's a player already waiting for that camo down towards pink 1. Ace not able to connect on the melee, the lunch not going in his favor right there as Demon D, he's the guy you got to watch out for. He's the man that's going to be knowing where that time is, trying to get that invisibility on his back so he can try to put his team in a good position to try to tie this game up. They desperately need it down here in this series 2-1. You can see they do have good control right now. All members alive, and they're starting to get the slays in their favor. Naded, he's blinking. Demon D's a little bit weak. Straight Rippin, they're going to have to respond with a kill off the spawn.
Yeah, one thing that's scary now is Straight Rippin, like I said, they can slay and just win this game. However, if they're sitting back at their own base, playing too much defense, not pushing out, taking control of car side, or taking control of pink side, they could put themselves in a position like this where they can get killed and a flag can be ran. So Straight Rippin, even though they need to slay, they probably need to slay outside of their own base. You don't want to be risky and keep it there.
The flag has been pulled. They pull it over towards the spawns, though. Very unfortunate right there. Unfortunate for Straight Rippin that they do come up on that side of the map. Commonly, he's going to spawn and come out with a big kill. Can he take out Demon D? Big grenades coming in, but the spawns do come into the favor of VT on their bubbles. So now the flag sitting on over towards the Straight Rippin side. 30 seconds left. What do you do right here? Do you go for the return or you just bait it out? Looks like they want to go for the return. Commonly going to find another kill on the naded. Baby J going to respond right there on to claim. 20 seconds left and no numbers in their favor for VT. They're going to have to get a desperation pull here in the next couple of seconds or this is going to be over, Dave.
Yeah, because those watching at home, the flag has to be in your base, has to be captured by the time the clock hits 0. Just holding it is not enough, so that's going to be game over. Straight Rippin's going to walk away with the winners bracket finals 3-1.
What a game coming in from Straight Rippin. They do secure their ticket towards the grand finals, very similar to how they were last week. But here's the thing, Dave. Last time, VT, they got sent over towards the elimination bracket. They came out strong. They're going to try to do the same thing here, but that's a great sign for Straight Rippin that they were playing against a VT team that seemed to be playing at a pretty high level, but Straight Rippin seemed to be bringing their A game this week instead of, I guess, their B game last.
Yeah, clearly towards the latter end of Legendary Cup number 2, Straight Rippin was not playing too polished. They were not playing strong. It felt like anytime they lost the lead, they never were able to get it back. Taking a look at the stats here, though, commonly flies with the most kills, 29 and 22. 3 perfect kills as well.
Yeah, and you saw everyone kind of had their moment right there. Ace had the overkill, commonly with the big game. Baby J with the sniper rifle in Coliseum, and Denoxide, well, it seemed like he was trying to get into Demon D's head, honestly. He had a couple of big games stat-wise, I believe it was game number 1 and 2, but it definitely seemed like